Alright, we're like 2 weeks into the league, and I wanted to give a quick update video because the build has changed a bit from the POB, and I haven't had much time to update the POB, and I should probably do that. Yeah, a lot of things have stayed the same, and one dramatic thing is different, because when we were making the POB, we didn't have the numbers for Swordstorm, so I didn't want to like make a theorycraft around it, and then it turns out to be shit, because half the time I try to theorycraft something that isn't fully confirmed, it turns out to be shit. This was the opposite. This is Swordstorm. This is the wrong thing. Swordstorm. Swordstorm is broken. Swordstorm is insane. I think all retaliation skills are broken. Their numbers are not correct. They shouldn't be in the game like this, but they are. So when I made this guide, I was like, well, you know, you got very good single target damage with like double strike and vile double strike, and then, you know, Swordstorm will be something like an extra on top of that, like put it on the 4-link, give it like maim and culling strike and blah 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 blah. No. This is now a Swordstorm build which also uses double strike. Arguably, this is our main single target DPS. We've got full links on this with expert retaliation for cooldown. I'll show you what this looks like in a bit. But also, we took off War of Attrition for this reason. War of Attrition kind of sucks outside of like when you're doing pinnacles. And fun fact, you get so much currency this league. I have more regrets than this because I have like the Hall of Shame. You get so many regrets in this league. All I'm going to do is if I try to attempt like Maven, Uber Elder, or like if I'm doing a string of difficult bosses, I'll just spec back into War of Attrition. I will just take off Gratuitous Violence, spec this, and then I'll spec it back. It costs like 20 regrets, and that doesn't feel like much. I can do that for a session very comfortably. I took this off so I could take this. This is insane, because Swordstorm is insane, because Lucky Block is insane, because, yeah, because we have 90% chance to block most of the time, and so we can spam this. And this 50% chance for the skills to remain usable, that chains potentially into like, you can like spam like 7 or 8 uses of it sometimes, which is very funny. Speaking of chaining 50% chances though, I don't have Vile Double Strike. This was a failed corrupt. I've vended another failed corrupt. I have 2 more here. I think there was a 5th. I think I've done 5, and they've all failed. So I am farming up GCP for another attempt, but I have terrible luck. But it's fine, it's okay. You know, I'm missing one of the buttons on my build. I would like to be able to press Vile Double Strike and summon the boys, but Swordstorm is more than making up for that. Our gear otherwise is kind of what you expect. I've got like okay boots with like some assets. This is a very good chest. I bought the chest, I bought the 3k chest, and then I 5-linked it myself. Ritual is still pretty good for getting Omens of the Jeweler. I've got one of those again lying around here waiting to sell. I've seen about 4 or 5 of these so far. We've got our replica Wings of Entropy, the big old build around. I was using regular Wings of Entropy for quite a while. I don't know why this one's corrupted. I think I was using this one. I was using regular Wings of Entropy as a good stopgap, like before you go crit and before you fully commit to physical damage, like before you have Pride as an aura and stuff like that, before you're scaling physical damage. A lot of your tree on this build is actually just generic damage. It's just like, oh, increased damage with axes, increase, you know, this is like the fizz bit. There isn't that much else, right? But yeah, we've gone crit, we've gone full crit. As for the tree, I don't have like flesh and stone. I need some more points. I need to like push like a couple more levels probably, which I can do pretty easily. It seems it's just going to take time. But I took my endurance charge because it's so good. I took the extra strength here because it's convenient, because this needs a lot of strength. Got a very nice dual corrupt as well here. That's very pog with a bit of extra mana reservation efficiency, some elemental resistances, and attack damage. I mean, the stun and block recovery. If that was anything else, probably that would be great. But otherwise, a lot of things are like as you'd expect. I have taken Soul of Steel. I was dying a bit, and I decided, I'd just rather die less while I'm leveling. I'll probably take that off when I'm trying to push bosses for like doing like 20% more DPS over another wheel or something. Rings are pretty decent. Like I told you, I usually end up getting like rings like this. These are nice rings. Got big decks, big in there, some rares, some big rarity. This build is actually running a good bit of rarity right now. 63%, which is really helping the mapping, and the mapping is fast. We're gonna do that in a sec. I'm gonna show you what mapping looks like on this build, but it is very, very satisfying. So let's go to a map quickly, just like put a random map. Atlas tree, just quickly as well. Alva plus ritual because it's all close by, and Alva is crazy with cursed treasures, and ritual is also kind of crazy. This build is amazing at ritual as well because of bleed explosions. So this build just teleports into everything very quickly and then stabs it to death. It's great. But that's like only half the build, because this is what we do for flip. You can see I have swordstorm ready right now. It lasts like 5 seconds, so I can have that whenever I see a rare, or I can just press it whenever I want. That's fucking readable. We'll talk about currency drops in a sec, because I don't even get excited for many of them anymore because of shipments. Here's a boss. And that's swordstorm. Most of this is swordstorm. You see what I mean? Ooh, okay. You see what I mean with the tooltip DPS on this thing is very misleading. If you if you POB DPS, one of the reasons why I haven't been trying to like fiddle around with I haven't actually opened POB on this build once. So that was yesterday to check like what different tinctures are doing in the build. We also have this tincture which gives me like it's like 30% more damage when it's active, and I can actually sustain it pretty well because Poacher's Mark gives... My spirit is oh, never mind, I'm not sustaining it there. Yeah, I can sustain it when I'm hitting stuff. As long as we keep hitting stuff, we can sustain it, like during a boss, we can sustain it for quite a while. Because Poacher's Mark also gives mana on hit, so that chains with the leech and helps us stay popped up for quite a while and offset some of the, like, for example here, like, it's still on, right? We're just doing like 30% more damage. This tincture's good. Right, we're all clear of the map. Okay, so there we go. And now, so without any lead mechanics in the map, we can full clear a map like this and that's going to do that. You know, that's pretty good for a Ruthless build, right? This is the slow league. Everyone's like, someone told me at the start of the league that melee's slow. I don't want to play melee because it's slow. Like, what the fuck? That's a map. Let's just do another. Let's just do like a Desert Spring. Desert Spring is a really good map as well. Let's make this one rare. Let's make it a little bit spooky. I've been running a lot of maps rare because I just have so many. That's max rare. I don't know if I can do that. That's fine. You see, the XP per hour is pretty good, even at level 89 because of the speed of the build. Ah, there we go. We've got Alva. So I can then demonstrate like why we're doing cursed treasures in Alva here. It's quite nice. I gotta say the oh, we found the temple. Spirit's good. Let's go. I'm gonna rush Architect first, just because I want to guarantee the upgrades, and then we can do everything else. Oh, nice. Okay, decent. What the fuck? Okay, cool. That's oh no, that's. Good job, Exile. The desync cost me the upgrade. What the fuck was that, man? What the fuck was that desync? Okay, that's a really bad example. Let's do that again. Only when I start recording does stuff like this happen. Time to go. Okay, so we get double time from kills. So I just need to kill some stuff, and then we can sustain the actual like. I missed a fucking tormented spirit upgrade there. That sucks. It's also because that this guy has extra life as energy shield. Those are cursed treasures. We'll click those when we have a bit more kills on the timer. A timer on the kills. Because basically we click those and they give us currency. But they cost us time. We have to kill the stuff. They cost you like 8 seconds. That's right, 8 seconds. You see again that soulful DPS coming out and just curing like so much damage. We go up here, come here. You see how quickly we can clear out these incursions? God, I can't believe I lost that last one just because there was like no monsters around the Architect. I was like, oh, I just rushed the Architect, that's what I do. Okay, so yeah, we got a transmute from that one. Sometimes you get garbage, but sometimes you get ouch, scours, valves, like it's very worth doing. It's like 4 points in the Atlas when you're doing ritual as well, so it's like and currency again, the currency's like kind of broken this league with shipments and stuff, but like more currency is always welcome. It's like from an easy source, because it can also be like in roll orbs occasionally. Like that. And you know, better. You see, like the build is like it's very close range, but it's fine because you can move immediately, like very close range to anything you want. It's max res. Corruption. I've had some fun double crop already this week. Dave. So you see we can just like kind of nuke stuff down like that. We have 25 minutes now. While I'm here. And obviously swordstorm requires us to block, so there are situations where it's not going to be happening and up and that we're doing severely less damage. Owing to that, I have used shadow shaping on the Atlas to block certain maps because their bosses don't hit you often enough. Orchard is a classic. I think Orchard is like the best example of this. Orchard mod sucks. I didn't stone. Oh, chromatic. I'm doing some sloppy temple work today. Yeah, Orchard boss sucks because, like, even when it attacks, it generally misses you, like, as a melee character, and then it just does, like, degen theme stuff. It has other degens, and it's hell. So I really don't like... Fine. You go this way. Alva. Still can't believe he fought the first tentacle. Let's do Tier unique. Go for Tier unique sacrifice chamber. I don't think I've ever died in one of these incursions. My Chaos Res is very good. Do you see how we're chaining multiple swordstorms there? Like sometimes you get one and sometimes you get multiple. I'm just like, because I hold down Q just to be double striking, and then I just like, as I'm holding Q, I'm just tapping R when I want to be using it, and it will interrupt the double strike to use it. It will take priority when if you're holding one skill and pressing another, you will use the new skill. Okay, I once again didn't like stone. I should be using my stones properly. I'm not getting responsibly stoned here. Kind of out of the way. Here, let's go through this part of the map. The build's so fast, I'm leaving behind gold as a melee build. Just like I'm on top of constantly. This is obviously a slower map because we're doing Alva and like layout and stuff, but like overall the speed you're getting from playing a build like this is quite competitive. So like the gold per hour is like very strong. Desert Spring is also an amazing map to run for if you want to get gold per hour. Because the boss spawns so much extra shit to drop from. Bosses like that are very good. I think Zat, if you've ever seen there's a Ruthless streamer, he's like rank 1, I think he's still rank 1 SSF, I haven't checked the ladder, he's absolute machine. He's been streaming a lot and I saw him like basically like being like, yeah, I'm a Desert Spring enjoyer, I just play Desert Springs where possible. You could do a favored map strat and just try to moan this map again and again. I mean, like doing this boss over and again is a bit aid because it's multi-phase, but that's part of like what makes it so valuable. Take my banner now. Cool. Ow. So we have our lucky block most of the time, and we have a nice class, level 20 steel skin to help with like, so if we get that, if someone gets through that block, often our steel skin will activate and protect our health from the big stinky hit that follows up. So we don't get double tapped as often. I have watched my character lose a, while I definitely had, I know I had the lucky block up because I definitely blocked before it happened, and then I just watched myself get hit 3 times in a row and die. Which is fun because that's like a 1 in 1,000 chance. But things like that, you know, playing a block build like makes you watch for things like that. It's all part of the fun, you know. It's like, oh, you know, I just lose experience. I mean, I'm carrying an Omen of Amelioration because I don't like to lose experience right now. You see how quickly some of this stuff dies. And I think for this build now, the Retaliation node is kind of essential. You just run it and you just use this shit. My single target would be nowhere near as good without it. Oh, you gotta lose shield back. I do sell Cat's Enduring Fire sometimes, just because like if I don't have. Oh, he's stealing my charges. Doesn't matter. He steals charges on here. Oh, good. I'm even reading the map more. But yeah, in cases where it actually matters, like it's nice to use Enduring Fire to have the charges. There we go, he's dead. And you'll see here now, like, I was on, like, about 7,000 or so. Now I'm, like, 12,000 gold. This boss gives, like, so much gold. Okay, let's leave. We did our Alva. Okay. That could be recombinated. I'm keeping, like, a little pile of stuff I might want to recombinate. I don't know how much I'm going to engage with recombination, though. It's like a... It's not a mechanic that like makes my brain go ooh. Let's just chuck this on here and see if we get reservation. Nope, we do not. So that's the build in preview. I don't have like I didn't put like a showcase at the start of this video again because I don't really like haven't done that many bosses and it would just be like constantly just like clips of me going. It looks fun when you do ritual with this build though. The bleed pops are crazy good. So yeah, if you're playing this, I would definitely like take this and this. I mean, take this obviously as you're leveling. It's very good when you're doing campaign and you have less damage. And then just take it off. You get regrets very easily. I have like 50 still, even more when I can just trade up currency for them. Like it's crazy, just how much access you have to respecking. We don't even need gold to respec. This is the thing. We were like, oh my god, we're gonna be able to respec with gold. Who gives a fuck? I have like 100 regrets. Like if I wanted to trade these up, I can respect my whole tree right now for you if I wanted to waste all my money. I got way too much money. A lot of this money comes from shipments, but some of it comes from selling stuff. The main thing I'm missing is just not hitting the double strike, so I've literally just been buying GCP in bulk sometimes when I can. When I have a lapidary lens to run in a temple, I've been just like doing that. And that's basically the biggest change on the build. I don't think there's anything else that's like dramatic. I'm running faster attacks, consecrated path, just because it like feels good. There's prize, steel skin. I'd have to like make space somewhere for flesh and stone eventually when I want to get that on, because that's extra like 20% damage reduction from things I'm next to, which is probably going to be very helpful if I try to like attempt some like bigger bosses like Maven eventually. I'm quite a ways off doing Maven. I'm not that far off doing Shaper and Elder. Maybe like, you know, I've done some of these maps, and you know, I've been able to do some Guardians and stuff very comfortably because the damage is very good. It again just varies. Like if the boss attacks more frequently, they take more damage. So there's going to be some funny bosses where like I'm not sure how Maven's going to feel because she can have like a bunch of attacks and things which I don't want to block maybe, and things that I don't know. Think about it. I'm currently anointing res on this as well. I'm trying to work on getting more res so I can get a better anoint, but right now I just need a little bit more, and it gives some armor as well, so we might as well do that. Having high armor in this build is definitely very important. We're up to like 17k while standing. I think when running around that goes down to like 14k. This is fine. I think anything above 10k is like okay. Basically the test for armor in this build is can you tank the anchor from the Admiral. This build can perfectly tank Admiral. I can just do the fight standing still, so that's good. But if your armor isn't good enough, then you're going to struggle, and then you're going to lose your ships sometimes, which is very bad. And you also lose the gold that Admiral drops, which is really bad because he drops a lot of gold, and sometimes a cool unique. Oh yeah, I was going to show the mods on this tincture. This tincture gives 25%. The increased effect from the first mod applies to the second mod. This is giving better than Onslaught, and plus like almost 200% increased critical strike chance. This is insane. This stuff is insane, especially comboing with like, you know, like, I mean, swordstorm already always crits, but like, you know, double strike doesn't always crit. It like alternates between like the hand that crits and the hand that doesn't crit. So this basically makes us always crit as well, and gives us 25% more attacks. It's so good. yeah, Alice trees like kind of makes it. I have this like I have my normal tree where I was running Kirak, and this was like this is how I did map sustain this league. I kind of blocked everything but heist for a while to do heist, and then I just blocked everything else after I got my replica wings. I was thinking about doing heist for a while longer to get more replica wings, to get better ones, but then I was like, it doesn't give enough gold. Kind of sucks. We took our pack size, we took some scarab stuff towards the end, we took Alva in like around like mid yellows upwards, and just like that helped with sustain as well. Kind of ummed and ahed about taking these, and I took these for a bit, then I was dying a bit, so I took them off, and I felt better. So you know, your mileage may vary. And here we're just like we're using pretty much all our points to fit like ritual plus Alva plus like I'm doing altars to get Ickers to get my gear upgraded. I mean, once I've got my implicits on this gear, I don't know if I want to change this. It takes so long to get the implicits you want. Sometimes it's yeah. I'm gonna deposit my gold as well before my treasure's kind of looking fine though. For shipments, I'm running like just like a chunk of like every single currency plus some dust plus like Verisium occasionally to like the nearby locations. So I mean, it's coming back in 2 minutes, so I should end the video soon. To give a quick summary of the, I mean, we'll collect the shipment. We'll collect the shipment. I was gonna like use the shipment as a timer of like how long I should make this video. But this lead mechanic is, I still don't know exactly how I feel about it, but there is some real. Let's go to King's March. There's some real trouble I have with enjoying the mechanic, like the growth, like growing your town. It's like the classic like mobile game problem where you enjoy the first week and you're slowly growing the town or whatever the game gives you, and then when you're sustaining it in like the quote-unquote end game of the game, it's like, oh, this is kind of ass. I don't enjoy this enough. I've got maxed out like this, like, you know, the town is maxed out. Disenchanting's not. I can like work on these upgrades. I haven't really invested in mapping at all because it's so expensive and I don't see it giving enough returns. I'd rather just pool money and then use that money to like make loads of resources and then send more resources out to give a better chance of getting better currency. Like, who knows what you can get. I've got exalted gourds, I've got divine orbs. Maybe you can get voidborn keys from it. I don't fucking know. Let's put some more people on mining.
One more for the mines.
One more for the mines. Yeah,
One more for the mines.
Yes. We got some very high level farmers basically, so we're farming and then we're just sending crops and stuff. But the whole mechanic of having so much of my currency come from shipments, like last league, the problem was gravecrafting made gear so busted you didn't ID rares anymore. You didn't care. It was almost impossible to find a good rare. Arguably, Recombination this league makes IDing random rares more important, so that helps that a bit. But shipments makes currency drops kind of irrelevant. Like an alchemy orb drops, I'm like, okay. You'll see in my stash, I changed my tabs to be all 2 out because I realized someone pinged me for a 1-alch trade.
Local.
Jesus Christ. Someone pinged me for a 1-alch trade and I was like, I don't want to leave a map for 1-alch. It's not worth it. It's not worth it, which is crazy. Because before I'd be like, oh my god, another alch, and you really like you're grinding to like get up a good supply of alch. I mean, there's people with hundreds of alch just because they're doing shipments. See, look at this. This is our average shipment right now. We've got a Valor, we've got some Chisels, we've got 2 GCP, that's really good, 3 alchs, and all this bubblegum as well. But the way it gives you the currency just means that, like, yeah, I'm just gonna, like, sometimes I copy over a number, sometimes just do, like, a random chunk like this. Do a chunk of dust. What else do you need? Orichalcum? You can have all my Orichalcum. Oh, that's a bit too spicy. I mean, what, you rank 4? Put like rank 5 here instead.
Get those crates where they need to be now.
Quite expensive shit. You look at the wages of a crew per hour on ships, but like it's not that bad because it's per hour. That's like 2 ships, so like, you know, I'm paying 1,000 gold to send like 2 of these basically, so that's fine. We'll send this one now, and there we go. Regal. We got another GCP. A bit of a bummer that this build uses a unique, so runes don't do anything for me. I can't use them at all on this build. I think that's stupid. I don't understand the designs. I was when the league was announced and rune crafting was announced, I was like, oh cool, what mods will I be able to put on uniques? Just make it more expensive or something. Give me like something like, you know, like Crucible, you had to do it via the forge and stuff, you know. It was just an added cost to it. I'm just gonna send loads of dust. Fuck it. I know there's like optimal numbers to send, but I just like sending a bulk of stuff. I don't really care.
Sailor's luck, I hope.
Anyway, we sent loads of Verisium for this one. Verisium to Rivenfell gives maps. There's like a little cheat sheet on the Ruthless subreddit where things are going and what they give. But you see here, like, this is a large map. This is more than a lot of people feel. So there's like 3,000 here, almost 2,000 of all of these. I guess like 1,000. And yeah, the result is like you get a fucking Divine Orb. I think currency definitely has slowly diminishing returns, but sending a few thousand of stuff is definitely better than sending a few hundred. If you can sustain it, and I can't sustain that fully throughout the day, but I can send like some of those shipments initially, and then like you know, I'm sending less as the day goes on. Yeah, let's send like 3,000 of that, 1,000 of that, 1,000 of that. Now you know this ship we can send a lot more here. I like starting my day with bigger shipments so I can front load my currency income for the day, and then I can use that currency more quickly, and then, you know, then we can taper it down afterwards. So like, I'm just gonna set a fuck ton. I'm just gonna send all the fucking dust. Send all the dust. There we go. We always keep it 0% risk as well. Okay, so now the shipments are away. Shut up, Tujin. So yeah, that's a Divine Orb. These only, like, this is the thing with this league as well. Divine Orbs in previous leagues were like selling for like 25, 30 out. This league they're selling on trade for like 12, 13, I swear, because like it's like there are enough of them. There's like and it's not like, it's unfulfilling to me that they come from like, I think the analogy I've used on stream is it's like a loot box service, or like a Japan, it's like having Japan Crate, right? If you subscribe to Japan Crate, you get every month a bunch of flavored Kit Kats from Japan or some shit, right? So it's like great, you get it delivered to you. But that means if someone in the street randomly is like, oh, not, I guess look, your friend, like, not a stranger, it'll be weird, but like if your friend's just randomly like, oh my god, look, I got this Cherry Blossom Kit Kat, and they're gonna get really excited about it because they're from previous league where they dropped an alchemy, they dropped an alchemy orb, and they're like, oh my god, like, oh cool, currency, and they're like, oh look, a Cherry Blossom Kit Kat, and you're like, I get these every month. You know, it's a commodity now. This is all commodity. This is all like, we still don't get nearly as much as Bench League, but I have more than enough for everything. I will never run out of scours. I will never run out of, what the fuck am I supposed to do with all this shit, man? I might be able to accrue enough fusings to naturally 6-link one of these items, which is in itself maybe a bit cool, but like before then I'll probably get my own connections, who knows. Like, look at this. Like, you look at this, like, this is like a week 2 stash, and yeah, I'm not even like full end game. I've got like 2 void stones. Ruthless has never looked like this for currency, and it never really should. And that, plus the fact that a lot of gear will probably come out of Recombination, that's just a gamble. I don't know how I feel about these mechanics. I mean, the boss fight that I've done, so like I've done the Admiral boss fight, I haven't found the other 2, but the Admiral just sucks, kind of. As a fight, it's not a good fight. It's not well designed. It's boring. It's either like boringly annoying or boringly easy, depending on your build. For me, it's just boringly easy. So it's like 2 minutes and it's like an AFK simulator. And yeah, these Tinctures are very cool. There's a lot of different mods you can get on these Tinctures. I'm always looking for like attack speed. And we get weapon crit. We want increased effect attack speed to compete with it. We get like higher tier mods if we're like lucky. Like I just roll my ult on this currently. We have to do this now though. I get addicted to rolling flasks though. Before I played Ruthless, one of my favorite hobbies in PoE was just rolling flasks to make good mage blood flasks. I never had a mage blood, but I would sell them. I would enchant them and sell them to people who had mage bloods. It was a funny system. Oh, there we go. That's tier 2 attack speed. Now we gamble. Increase effect. Die. I've had Alls of Annulment come in from the shipments as well. I've been wondering about like just like, you know, saving those for that, but I've used them on other stuff. Yeah, so that's the build. That's the league. Let's see how much I play. How much more I play. I'm probably gonna like stream a bit more before the league's over and try to get my. We're gonna try to get 6 links. We're gonna try to get 4 void stones on our own, like we did last league. we're never upgrading from this though. Our gear is pretty much set, aside from like trying to find better belts with like life and chaos res and a better annoyance and maybe some more fire. If I can find a belt with like fire and chaos res and this kind of life, that'll let me change the anoint, get like titanic impacts on for 45% more crit multi, get more of that damage going even more. Like these rings are going to be hard to like change. But that's the league. That's how we're doing. I could also look into like making another build. But for now, this is where we're at. Let me know in the comments how you're enjoying the league, what you think of it, what you think about the state of Ruthless at the moment. Because yeah, it's definitely an interesting one. But I don't know how much longer I'm going to be grinding this end game right now, because the state of it's like there's just so much less. Honestly, it's the lack of scarabs is the worst thing. I mean, I've been free to wanting a lot of them just looking for ritual, but like even with like I'm just not getting enough content. Like I can't get these or these scarabs. I mean, like let's check our currency exchange. I'm running a 24-hour attempt at sniping people who are selling them on there. No one. Man, I've sold 3 of these. No one is selling these for 1 alch or 2 alchs on the currency exchange. I think everyone who drops them is using them, and I can never find them on trade site really either. So it makes it really hard to engage with ritual and Ruthless in a more fun way. I don't know how much longer I'm going to be going at this, but I've definitely enjoyed the way up more than I'm enjoying the end game right now. And it's going to be interesting to see what else the game, if I get some cool drops or something that like change anything or whatever. But yeah, I will leave you now. Goodbye.